Testing. 1, 2, 3. Quality. Is this working? Yes. It's the first time I'm doing this. So we are getting the setup done, you guys. Luna! Bro, what you were doing? So I need to figure out how to have my camera on a way. Because if I put it here, it's too high. This will be perfect. This is in the middle of my monitor, and that doesn't work for me. I'm gonna make you dizzy, guys. I'm so sorry. See, it's too high over there. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness. Here we go. We definitely need to fix the camera mess later on. Okay. Now that light in the background was supposed to be cute and aesthetic, but it's annoying. But now it's too dark. Or is it good? I think it's good. So, good morning. We are live streaming over here for the first time. So we're experimenting and figuring things as we go. I'm going to turn. Let me change this over here so I can read the comments. Is the audio good? Because I connected a microphone and I don't know if you can hear me. Have a good day, you. Thank you. I just subscribed. Thank you. Welcome to the Dumpling Small podcast. This is my first time doing this audio is pretty. Yes, thank you. Thank you for letting me know. So I was driving this morning and I had this idea and I was like, how I've been live streaming every single day for the last like 2 or 3 weeks. And I feel like I'm not purposeful. Like my live streams are not having a purpose. Like I want to share more insights and go deeper and talk about real transforming topics with you guys. And I was driving this morning and I was like, why we don't do a live version of the podcast? So I've been working on getting back into podcasting. And that one is still going to be like a sit down video where I can talk about a specific topic without having the stress of checking up with the comments and keeping up with you guys. I can just talk without being interrupted and losing my train of thought. But I still want to have conversations with you. So I figure we can choose a topic for the podcast and then talk live stream according to that specific topic. So I do have 2 things in mind. First of all, my name is L Lopez. I am a health and wellness coach. I am also an urban independent consultant, and I am currently sharing my life here on YouTube. And I basically recently decided to make YouTube my full-time job. I have 4 children, And I recently went through a lot of changes over the last 2 years in my life. I moved to a new country. I was in a relationship after 8 years being single. That did not work out. And now I'm finding myself alone with, I was a house stay at home wife. So now I'm finding myself in a new country with no friends, no family, um, no job, no career, alone. And it's very scary. And I am taking this as the universe, everything needed to happen for me to finally achieve the life of my dreams. I always, before influencer was a thing, before all these things going on, like 10 years ago, I had this vision of what I wanted to do. And here we are 10 years later, it did become a thing. It is something huge. And I didn't do anything with it. And now I'm behind. And now it's going to be harder for me to create the life of my dreams. So I've been working on building my membership website. I always love health and wellness, but I figure there's more to talk about than just health and wellness, especially for me as a person who's alone. Here it's like where I can talk about everything. That's why vlogging has been so important for me. And yeah, I'm figuring things out as we go. And this is why this morning I was like, why don't we um do a live podcasting where we can choose a topic and talk about it? And I could have sit down and do the typical me where I sit down, I plan the logo, I plan the schedule, and I plan this and I plan that, and that's going to take me forever and I'm not going to do it. What, mama? Give me 1 second and I got you. Or I can just do my makeup, get ready, and just get it started with. You're welcome. Good. I hear you. I would love to stay, but have a meeting in 10 minutes. But good luck with this. Until next time. Hell yeah. Thank you for being here, anyways. It was nice to chat. Come here. A real behind the scenes. Look, Mom. I have kids in the house. I did it. You did it? You found it? You're so smart, so independent. I love it. And I love you. Here you go. Thank you. Se cayó. Here you go. Mommy. Dime. Give me water. Something. Bruh. Thank you. You're welcome. All right, so before we get started, let's get this. I have an unboxing. Let me get my charger. Chanel, mi laptop está ahí. Mi laptop está debajo de la almohada. Te le sientas encima y me lo rompes. Hello, my laptop is there. Take it out under the pillow. Lord have mercy. Let me connect my Facebook so people know I'm live in here. We're learning as we go. We're learning as we go. Okay. Let me get the link of this live stream first of all. How is your cute baby? How? She's fine. Copy link. Okay. I'm announcing it on Facebook, you guys. I better that I changed my name. Wait, did I change the? Oh, wait a second. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, I'm crazy. No, 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 no. Beautiful room. Thank you. I don't think I finished explaining the room, but basically it used to be an office. I took it off, made it a playroom. It was not working, and yesterday, well, before yesterday, I made it an office again, and then yesterday we like decorated it and all that stuff. Oh my gosh, no! It keeps changing when I'm writing. Why is not deleting? Ah, are you kidding me? It doesn't want to delete the L. Why? Let's do this again. I don't have time for this. Okay, we're back, I think. The internet is acting weird. It's like freezing. Wait, it was supposed to be a live stream. Lord, give me patience. There. You know what? I shouldn't have asked for that. We have a joke that when you ask for that is when it worse goes. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you guys. Welcome to the podcast. I'm trying to put it on Facebook so we can have people coming to the live stream from Facebook. Hello, Facebook. We are in YouTube live streaming. We are going to start this new live podcast. It's just something random that came to my mind this morning, and we're just doing it and figuring out as we go. So, anyways, welcome. If you want, go to my YouTube channel and you can see me in front, and I will be answering any questions on YouTube. So, anyways, one of the things that I wanted to share with you is that, in case you don't know, let me just start by introducing myself. It's been chaotic. I'm so sorry. My name is Stephanie Lopez, and as I mentioned earlier, I'm a health and wellness coach, and I've been currently building my own website, membership website, and I also recently finally made the choice to make YouTube my full time channel. And this is not charging. So I decided to make YouTube my full-time channel, and now I've been in this process of figuring it out. I've been playing with YouTube. I've been playing with my live streams, and as I do them, I've been figuring things out, like what works, what doesn't work, what do I want. And one of the things that I noticed is that I'm getting good views in my live streams. I'm getting subscribers, but I personally don't feel like my live streams were having like something deeper. Like I don't feel that the topics we were receiving were life changing. I don't feel like I was giving. I don't feel like I was giving something valuable, if it makes any sense. And I do get a lot of comments that are not the right audience. So I needed to shift what we are talking about and finally make life purposeful and all of that stuff. So, anyways, I want to get started with unboxing this baby over here because um I need my energy. So I am out of caffeine. Listen, I have coffee without caffeine, and the only source of caffeine I have is from the company. I am also an Arbor independent consultant. I love your voice. Thank you. It's my first time also trying with the microphone here on YouTube. So, but what I was saying, oh, I don't have caffeine, and the only source of caffeine I'm having is from the company because it just I haven't, I don't know if it's the age or what, but lately I don't react well, and I'm in this journey of detoxifying my body and getting back into healthy habits. And caffeine is really not helping me. I'm also trying to stabilize my hormones. And again, this, and by 3 p.m. I was already crashing out. Like by 3 p.m., you guys, I was out. I was out, and we needed to change that. We needed to change that. So now the only source of caffeine I'm having it's um from them. So I recently made an order, and I want to start by sharing with you the main four products that I have. I already have my cup of water here. I was literally gonna get my greens this morning, and I had none. So just in perfect timing, I went to the post office and they were not open yet, and I had to wait until they open so I can get my stuff. Okay, so the first thing I want to share with you, this is my what I'm doing as a health and wellness girly. Like I as I mentioned, I'm in that journey of getting back into health and wellness, which I guess it will go with the topic of today, which is I started a new series called The Year Before 40. We will talk about that in a minute. But this has to do with that because, again, we're getting back into health. So, this is the first product I have every single morning. And I've been using this for 7 years. I've been with this company for 7 years now. And it used to be three separate products in one, but they just like smashed them together and made this beauty over here. So, this is three products in one. The product number one, it's a full serving of fruits and veggies. Um, I think it has 11 or 13 fruits and vegetables. And this is the full serving of fruits and veggies that you should have in a serving. Okay. So if you are struggling to eat your fruits and your veggies and you want to implement them, like I personally struggling with it, this is good to at least getting started and having something to support you. Because reality is we don't eat enough fruits and veggies. We don't eat. We're not even close to what we are supposed to have. So this is amazing because it's full with the antioxidants and everything, the minerals that fruits and veggies will have. The second ingredient is the healthy, the gut health. The gut health is probiotics, prebiotics, and 11 digestive enzymes. Now, something important that we need to know about probiotics is that sometimes we purchase probiotics and we feel like they're not doing anything. You feel like this is doing nothing. Like what's going on? This doesn't work. And reality is that when you are consuming probiotics, you need to understand that they're gonna go through your stomach first, and the acidity of your stomach will kill most of your probiotics. And good morning, your stomach is gonna kill all of those bacteria. So you need to make sure that you buy in the ones that will survive the environment of your stomach. So if I was you, keep an eye on the affordable probiotics because if they're affordable, they're probably not the best quality and they're not going to survive the acidity of your stomach and they're not going to make it into your gut. So very important to have the good ones. The prebiotics is the food for your gut bacteria. Prebiotics is all the good ones because Everything you eat will feed your bacteria, but if you consume the wrong foods, you're gonna feed the wrong bacteria. If you consume the right meals, you're gonna feed the right bacteria. So this one has already the food that they need to thrive in your gut. And the fourth ingredient, which is my absolute favorite, the fourth ingredient is the skin elixir. Now, one thing that I'm seeing and that I am absolutely loving about this company is that they are creating nutraceuticals instead of pharmaceuticals. Pharmaceuticals are things that are external, they're not real. By example, collagen, right? We are consuming collagen from parts of an animal, parts of a cow, example. When you can have nutraceuticals, with nutraceutical are by nutrients that your body needs that will help your body to produce those things. So in this case, this product has the ingredient biotin, and I don't remember what was the other thing, but those are, again, vitamins and minerals that my body needs to help produce my collagen, because after we turn 25 we start producing 1% of collagen per year. So can I go and buy a collagen product from the part of a cow and add it into my body, which I am not a cow? Or can I consume something biotin and help in my body to keep producing collagen? And I prefer to help my body to keep producing my natural, beautiful collagen, if it makes any sense. So I have this every single morning. The next thing. Oh, look at that. I like that.
Okay.
It looks cute. What the hell is this? Are you okay?
No.
What happened? Are you playing?
Yeah.
Are you being a good girl?
Yeah.
Okay. Let me know if you need anything. Oh, sorry, guys. So, where were we? Oh, the next product slash ingredient, which is what I need right now. So, this is why we needed to start unboxing the energy fish sticks. Now, this one is from Green Tea and Guarana. Another thing very important to know about this, Luna. Another thing to know about this product is that the company is very strict with their ingredients. Here are some of their certifications. There it is. So they don't use artificial anything. No artificial colors, no artificial ingredients, no artificial nothing, preservatives, anything that it's harmful for our body, even if it's FDA approved. They don't use it. This is why we love them. This is why I found this company 7 years ago, because it aligns amazingly well with my values. So, anyways, I noticed the caffeine. Again, I was having this crash. I was shaking all day, and this has been really good for me. My body has been able to handle, and pretty much this is the only one. Sugary drinks, it's full of sugar, colors, preservatives, and we don't want that. This is, again, more natural. It's completely plant based, so it's all from our beautiful plants. And it actually keeps you stabilized. It doesn't give you that crazy spike and drop or anything like that, which is amazing for like performance enhancement and anything like that. And I'm excited because this is a new flavor. This is a temporary flavor, as a matter of fact. Um, Guava fizz. So I always have this baby together, but we're gonna have this one alone first. We're gonna taste it first and see how it goes. Cause I'm not a big fan of guava. You give me passion fruit, and my mouth will water. But guava, they also been up. They've been putting their game up when it comes to their packaging and everything. Um, Sorao. I will always recommend you guys, if you're trying this for the first time, never fill it all the way to the top, because as you can see, it gets really nice and bubbly. I need a straw. I forgot to bring the straw. You can have this drink with ice. I remember when they had the strawberry flavor. I think they eliminated they shouldn't have. That was one of my favorite flavors. I remember I didn't have ice in my house, and my mom was my neighbor, and it was so hot. I wanted it like a really cold energy fizz. And I remember I went to my mom. She lived next door, and when she was putting the ice on it, she was like, "Oh my gosh, this smells so good! What is this?" And I was like, "That's strawberry flavor." And you can also have it nice and warm with your detox tea in the mornings. Okay, let's taste this flavor for the first time. I can. It does smell like guava, but it's not strong. I actually like it. It's not a very strong guava flavor. I like it. Oh my gosh, I needed this so bad. You guys. Okay, now I'm gonna add this. And this is how I usually have it in the mornings. I actually would like to have it just like this and not add the green. Mm. I'm thinking we have other products that we need to try. Um, I'm gonna end up very full if I try all of these products by separate. Hmm. But I really needed the energy kick though. Mm. This guava flavor, it's amazing, you guys. It's a limited time flavor. So when it runs out, it's out. We are out of this flavor. We have them in other flavors, but this is a temporary flavor. So yeah, we discussed these two. Now these two are my holy grail. Again, I've been using them for 7 years, nonstop, every single morning, like non-negotiable. So the company did launch a few new products, and we're gonna try them because, as I mentioned before, I share this product. Let's give you a intake of what this podcast was about, and it was me sharing this whole new series that I'm doing. So give me a second. Janet, bájame eso. Thank you. All right. So I created this new series where it's called The Year Before 40. And I think the title speaks by itself. I think it's pretty obvious that I am 39 years old. Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to the podcast. Um, I don't know. I've been very okay. Where where do I start? Where do we start explaining? There's so many things that you can try to start here, but this doesn't make sense if we don't start here, and then you realize that this doesn't make sense if we start here, blah blah. So let's go back like 7 8 years ago, and I work on healing myself. I was in a very dark, and I was literally from in the bottom, right? And I worked so hard on healing and creating the life of my dreams. And I was very happy. I was very happy. I was living with so much bliss, so much joy. And somehow along the way, I started to believe what people would say, that it was what I needed to do. Because society has this tendency of trying to make you do things you don't want to do. Oh, and they put this sad face face and everything's gonna be all right and blah blah blah. And I started to, yes, I will. I will. Thank you. I started to do what it was right. However, one thing I did notice that they did not tell me, but one thing I did notice is that I was not having a social life. I remembered when the lock-in happened, it did not affected me. Now, this is my experience. This is my story. I know it was not the same for everybody. And I want to say this in a respectful way because people like to get offended by everything. Um, it did not affected me because I was already all day in my home. And I was only going out to take or bring kids from school and do my groceries and going to work. Nothing, and that's it. I was not going out at nighttime. I was not going out in social life with friends or family. I was doing nothing. And before the lock-in happened, actually, in Puerto Rico, when school finally started, a month later, there was a lockdown. So my kids spent out of school for like 2 or 3 years. Okay, way longer than the regular people in the world spent out of school. My kids were months longer than that because we had a pretty strong earthquake and some schools were not passing inspection. So some schools they fell down. So they were like, wait a moment, schools are not up to code. So until we don't check them and we don't know which school is safe or not, we're not starting schools. So by the time they started, which it was half day because they had to do once in the mornings, there was one school that had to work for two schools. So the local school will be in the mornings and the second school will come in the afternoons, if it makes any sense. So when that finally started, a month later, a pandemic happened. So, anyways, it did not affect me at all. However, after that finished, I started to see that actually having a social life was part of us being humans. Having friends and going out for a coffee with your friend, just being social. I was not talking with my best friends anymore. I was not going out. And I remember that when I started to go out at night, I was horrified. I was scared to drive. I was so scared to drive at night because I was not used to driving at night. I was only driving daytime, grocery shopping or kids to school or work. And at nighttime, I was scared. I was like petrified, looking at cars were not following me. If it was a dark place where there was no light, I would be anxious. And I was like, what is going out and getting drunk and driving at all hours of the middle of the night? And suddenly I became this little grandma at 33, 36, who is now scared of driving at night. And I knew I needed to change that. And little by little, I work in changing that. But I got into some habits that I already quit years ago for a reason, and that includes alcohol. And something I heard the other day, which it really stuck with me because I knew this, but I didn't like put it in those specific words, and it hit me. And is that alcohol is a depressant. As a person who have struggled with depression and as a person who have drink a lot of alcohol, I can testify that alcohol, and this is from a person who used to be an alcoholic, and she was sharing her story. And she was telling at the beginning it worked. At the beginning it was taking me out of whatever distraction I was. Um, it was distracting me and taking me out of the misery I was in that moment. However, eventually in the long term, it backfired because alcohol is a depressant. And CEO Ahmad, hi there. Good morning from the US. So alcohol is a depressant. And then it hit me like, yes, at the beginning I was having fun. At the beginning I was having, laughing and being silly and all of that stuff. But reality is that later on I was struggling. I was back into depression and I was having, some very hurtful thoughts. And that's when I knew I needed help, and I got help, and I knew that I needed to change my life again. But then in the process of healing and finding myself again and going back to the things that bring bliss and joy, I moved to the United States and I started to be in a relationship after being single for 8 years. And I always knew I wanted to move back to the United States. However, I thought I was going to be okay because I already live in the United States and I already know what it is to live here. And this is something I wanted. And I had a plan. And obviously, plans not always go how you expect them to be. And moving here was a huge transition because everything changed. I had 4 kids now and a fifth person that needs my attention. That's 5 humans demanding out of me. New country, new culture, new states. I lived in Virginia, not in Florida. So here I was alone again. And at the same time, I was struggling in my marriage. It was not going well. So there was a lot of factors that just keep boiling and adding up instead of getting better. The needs of my children changed. And suddenly each one of them started to have a different need. And it was taking so much energy, time, and I was still not dealing with my personal issues. I was dealing with everybody else, and I was identity. I lost who I am. Good morning.
Mom,
Oh, thank you.
this video got 1.1 billion views. Aquí mismo.
I would be.
1.1 billion? That's
That's
a lot.
probably bots and stuff like that. So, Michigan, hello. Yeah, I think I remember you said you were from Michigan. Anyways, um, everything started to build up. Starting to get back into that space where I was feeling very anxious again. And I was literally one day about to have a panic attack. And I said, it needs to change. Something needs to change. And I remember I was literally crying, about to have a panic attack. And since I already used to have them, I can now recognize what triggers them or when they're going to happen. And I can do something about it. So I decided, you know what, let me go. Let me go and walk to the mail office, and to distract me and calm me, and let me go and do a live stream. As a matter of fact, I was live streaming because live streaming was one of the things that will help me to deal with whatever situations I was dealing with. I could talk with you guys. You guys walking when then I heard somebody in the back, hey, hey. And when I look back, it was 2 missionaries. And they were like, you know anybody that needs help? And I was like, no. And in my mind was like, I was literally 30 minutes ago crying that something needed to change in my life. So I don't think that was a coincidence. And thank you. Thank you. So I don't think that was a coincidence. And I decided to listen to him. Actually, that is recorded. That is somewhere here in my live stream safe. I kid that. But yeah, I started to go to church and I've been starting this new journey of healing and becoming more intentional. I don't know, but I've been, as I started this process of getting to know people, here in this community, being part of Gainesville, because we're staying here, we're not living anywhere. And having my kids to meet other kids of their age and being social, get to know this town, know everything that it has to offer. And it has so many things that it does I couldn't have in when I was living in Puerto Rico, that I am discovering new things. It's so many things happen at the same time because I broke up. That's the other thing. Like, me and my partner decided to separate. So I am separated from a relationship. I am still in a new town, no friends and family, and I'm rediscovering at the same time myself because now I get to live all these things that I couldn't live before. And when you live new experiences, you learn new things about yourself. I've been obsessed with nature. And don't get me wrong, I always able to experience that in here. It's been life changing. It has changed who I am in the core. So now I am in that process of coming back to who I was, to because there was a point in my life where I was happy. I was in pure bliss. Like my life was perfect. I woke up every day and I was in peace. I was happy. I was satisfied. I felt purposeful and I was doing things that fulfill me. And suddenly I'm not doing those things anymore. So I've been in this journey of getting back into things that make me happy. But at the same time, since I have been having these new experiences, I am learning things about myself that I still did not knew. And I am living this like example. It sounds silly, but spring in Puerto Rico, it's summer all year long. So you do not learn to see, love, and appreciate the seasons because it's freaking summer, and it's the season that I hate the most. Summer will be in the bottom. I hate it with every inch of my so disgusting and hot and stressful, and it just gets me in a bad mood. And I was living in that state all year long. And I couldn't understand when summer here would start, like how it's such a big thing. It was all year long. I couldn't understand the spring thing. I couldn't understand nothing because I was not living it. And last year I did live spring after all, but I was in such a bad situation with my life and my relationship and losing my identity that I couldn't see the beauty that was going around me. And now that I've been going out every day and hiking every day and taking my girls out, I remember I was driving and everything looked so green. This beautiful, bright green. And then it hit me and I'm like, it's spring. Wow. And I was out in my terrace, my balcony, whatever you call it, and all of the trees that had no leaves at all were having these little leaves popping out. And I was in such an awe moment. And I was for the first time able seeing what spring is about and appreciating spring. And now it turns out that spring, which it was the second to last, now is my top second season ever. I've been obsessed with spring. I've been obsessed with flowers. Who is she? I like flowers, but I never was like, I love them in awe with flowers. Now I'm driving and I'm like, you know, and I've been seeing so many insects, butterflies, dragonflies, bees. Oh my gosh, there's it's my life has completely has changed in a good way, and I'm enjoying those things in my life. And I always knew I wanted to do YouTube full time, but I was struggling with what do I wanted to share. And that's when, now that I turned 39 and I have this other aha moment. It's funny how everything is just one on top of the other. Holy cow, I'm restarting my life from zero, rediscovering my identity while learning something new about me that I didn't know. How how are we here already? How are we here already? Like, what? Comment that. Like, let me know an aha moment of you, like that you just realize, holy cow, how are we here? Like, have you have any of that at least for this year already? Like I want to see you guys in the chat because it's funny how fast your life goes. Like my oldest, it's already freaking 17. I have 4 kids already, and he like my oldest just left the house. Like, how am I here? I was so not. That's the other shit show that happened to me recently. On top of all the issues that I was having with him and all the medical needs he was having, he decided to be ungrateful and like, oh, I'm leaving you. I'm going with my dad. Which is another cool topic we can talk about, perspective. Because it's funny how I have these two boys who are only a year and a half apart, and they have the same childhood, the same traumas that we live, situations, everything. Both of them have the same, and I was exactly the same mom to both of them, because it was always us three at the beginning. And how one child decided to completely hate me, be ungrateful, and see absolutely nothing good, while I have this other child who is like, I'm never leaving you. You're the best mom ever. I get compliments by him every single day. He was telling me on Mother's Day how he couldn't sleep because he was so scared that he would miss cooking breakfast for me, that he couldn't sleep all night. And I remember I woke up and he came to me with breakfast. Yeah. I mean, I know I'm a true believer that everything happens for a reason. Also, it has teach me about perspective, because we could be horrible to ourselves and think, like, what? Chanel doesn't leave you alone. Let's see what's going on. What happened? She's chilling over there, mommy. She doesn't want to play with you. Oh no, Chanel. I don't know. Maybe you're not paying attention to her. She's trying to talk to you. So yeah, it has, as parents, when we can be hard on ourselves and think we are such a horrible parent and we're doing something wrong. But when you have two kids that has lived the same exact experience, and you have literally, they were, for me, it was almost like they were twins, because it was everything for both of them and everything was the same. It was always, always, always the both of them. And the fact that this child sees life in this way and this child sees life in this insane, but at the same time amazing. How we have the power to choose how to see things. Like, in reality, we always have a choice, and we always have a choice to choose how we're going to see things. Another example of perspective would be, I got this brand new car that I purchased last year, and in my mind I'm like, there's different, how there could be the same car brand, but they have different options from the cheapest to the most expensive. And I got the cheap one, which has the ugly tires. Well, in my mind, it doesn't look, when I see the other cars with the good rims, I think it's rims, not tire. In my mind, I like, that looks so much better. That looks more elegant. That looks, so pretty. And mine looks so simple. Mine looks cheap. And then I was picking my son from school, and he made this joke about how, Luna, ¿qué es eso? Oh. So anyway, the other day, before my other son leave, he was talking about how his friends were making fun of him and saying that we were a family of money. And in my mind, we are so freaking poor. And I could do so much better as a mom. I feel like as a mom, I'm lacking, and I feel like as a mom, I if I have worked harder and sacrificed myself more, I will have given them a way better childhood, right? So I'm picking my son from school, and then he comes and he's like, his friends were making fun of him or like trying to make him seem like we were a family of money. And I was like, why is that? And they were like, because when they saw you coming and they saw your car, they were like, oh, your mom has a good car, you guys have money. And I was like, what? And I told him like, I feel like I could do better, and I feel like I'm not giving you guys everything you need. And really giving us everything we need. I am happy with what we have. And I know, and that's what he said, I know we have more than a lot of kids out there. And that touched my heart, that was like, oh wow.